Hi guys and welcome to the final episode. This is going to be the choke. It's going to be the choke, or it's going to be the most successful FUT Champions journey I have had so far in FIFA. Currently, we are on the monthly leaderboard, guys. Currently sat 14th in the world, in Europe, with 127 wins, which is pretty sweet, but it's minimal. If I bottle all 10 games coming up, guys, I am currently out of it. But if we change it to the top 100 for the month, Gorilla's sat with 149. He's not finished though, and we are not even that far off. I think we're like, where were we? 23rd in the world, which is pretty sweet. So, a big push needed for the final 10 games, guys, to be able to obviously finish top 100 monthly. It couldn't have come at a better time. We're currently sat, I think it was 17th. Yeah, 17th in the world. But if I win 10 games, guys, I'd say we're guaranteed top 100 weekly, which is going to be the aim for this weekend anyway. And you can see, guys, 28 wins out of 30, which is absolutely awesome for me, regardless of what people say. I know I'm not at a calibre where I should be going 40 and 40, but it could have happened, but unfortunately it isn't going to happen this week. But to be able to bet, if I can better my overall finish in FUT Champions, that'd be awesome. So if you guys do want MSP, PSN codes or cheat game codes, guys, go and check out g2a.com, their link is down below. If we try and hit over 4,000 likes, that'd be brilliant. And guys, subscribe to me if you are not subscribed already. So, team as it looks, guys, and I'm going to give you a rundown of Ronaldo, Messi and Suarez as well. See, they seem to be doing absolutely insane for me. Ronaldo, 268 games, 224 goals, 118 assists. Suarez, 218 games, 166 goals, 111 assists. And then we've got Messi, 183 games and 89 goals and 84 assists. But as you guys do know, he is playing in the cam position, so I'm not expecting much off him anyway. So that's the team, guys. Going to be the same team we've used all the way throughout these 30 games. Let's hope we do all right with it and do the business, which I definitely do want to do. So, guys, moving on into the final 10 games of this episode. We're coming against Luki is Pro. Registered in the top 100, I do believe. I remember seeing his name in the top 100 and back, and I keep mentioning it, guys. If you want to check the statistics of the opponents you're coming up against, futwiz.com and then FUT Champions, and you will be able to search gamer tags and PSNs on there to basically give you a warm-up. Well, not a warm-up, just an indication of how good your opponent potentially could be, whether you need, well, you should be concentrating fully anyway, which is something I'm going to be talking about in this episode. So if you guys have seen me on Twitter earlier this morning, or even later last night, the Weekend League had finished for me on Saturday evening or mid-afternoon or something, and we finished pretty highly, which is the clips you're about to see for the games that we did play. So I know the way that I do things on social media, Instagram, Twitter and all that lot, guys, does spoil this series for you lot. So I'm going to spoil it for you already, just so I can get something out of the way and start talking. So this week we finish on 37 wins. There will be a loss in this episode, but you guys like to stay around. You like to see what happens in games. You like to see the goals that I do score, and you like to see and hopefully try and recreate the stuff which happens in my games, which potentially could make you the difference between a silver and gold, or a gold and an elite, or I would say elite and a top 100, but I do honestly struggle to sometimes get in the top 100 the majority of the time. I think this week, and I will tell you the rankings that we have finished, guys, we have finished 31st, I think it was, 31st in the world for the week, which does get me one Ultimate Team of the Week pack, and it also does get me 3 100k packs as well. So that'll be delivered into my account on Thursday at 6 PM. Monthly rewards, couldn't sleep. I know it sounds sad as fuck, guys, but literally couldn't sleep last night. Don't know, getting used to the fact that potentially I could be in the top 100 monthly. Now, we give it a good fucking go, guys. 37 wins and 3 losses for me is an absolutely insane achievement, regardless of the team I do use, and that's something we're going to be talking about in today's episode as well. But 37 wins requires a huge amount of concentration to be able to do so. Now, you guys have seen the results from previous months. We finished 30, we finished 31, 32, 33, and a few times 34, 35, I think, once or twice, and 36 was our best run up until that point. And I remember that being over Christmas time as well, where a lot of people were obviously taking the times, rushing the games, so it was over the Christmas period and New Year period as well. So this week, I wanted to try something different. Now, I received a direct message on Twitter off Sean Allen. I played Sean Allen before. If you guys don't know who Sean Allen is, he's a professional FIFA player for West Ham United, one of the best pro players in England, and obviously finishes really high up in FUT Champions. I can tell you guys, this week, he finished 7th in the world, and in the month, he finished 4th in the world, which is absolutely insane, with 154 wins. Now, I played Sean before. I think I played 3 or 4 games against him. He won 2 of them, I won 1 of them, or maybe it was the other way around, I can't remember. But playing the games and getting the message off him, I don't think Sean will mind me saying what he said to me, but he's like, I have no idea why you're not hitting top 100 consistently every single week, because like he says, I'm a good player. I can cause trouble to the professional FIFA players, which is always a positive, and it's a boost, you know. So this week I thought I'd try a few different things. I don't know if I mentioned it in previous videos, but I bought a new controller because I thought there was something up with my controller. I still think there is now. With my old one, because I purchased a new one and it just seemed to register a lot better. A lot of people complain about lag and stuff, and I honestly think it potentially could be down to the controller we're using. I also use the is it Optic Gunners? The Gunner Optics, the glasses to help you concentrate that little bit more, especially when playing fast-moving games like Call of Duty. And FIFA, to a point as well, it's a pretty fast-moving game if you're playing fast counter-attacking football. This was the loss, guys, you are seeing in the background, which we did pick up, which obviously took me to a point where I picked up my 3rd loss of the week, and I was smashed. Aubameyang completely dicked me. He defended like an absolute god. No complaints, guys. He did absolutely awesome and knocked me out of my game, which was a little bit frustrating. But you can see you're still getting the opportunities against these good players, but just not getting them into the back of the net at the right time. So back to what Sean was saying. So Sean basically said, like, he plays a majority of FIFA pros around, footed tournaments, all that lot, regionals and things like that. And he said that you should be a top 100 player every single week. So I wanted to try my hardest to do so, to see if I can in fact do it. Usually I would sit in a Discord call with Nep and Marshall, majority of all of the weekend league, because you guys know me, Marshall, and Nep. We play the weekend league every weekend. We talk about it, we get frustrated together. And I think that was one of the things which was causing me to take a few extra losses because of it. And Lucky FIFA NL, you guys may remember this name if you're on Twitch and stuff. Lucky FIFA NL's a very, very good FIFA player, and I matched up against him with a solid team as well. So I was panicking at this point, especially when I went 1-0 down with the clip you're about to see. So what I wanted to do was fully concentrate on the games. I listened to high-tempo music on Spotify. I think it was just some dance playlist or something like that, and literally, like, become a recluse. I'm a sort of recluse anyway. I do YouTube. Any FIFA YouTuber is a type of recluse anyway, guys. So what happened was I was basically shut out. Didn't speak to Marshall and the Penfez when I was in the games, and just fully concentrated on it. And that got me to 21-0, which I thought was absolutely insane. Marshall, in fact, was having an absolutely insane run. I think he was 25-0, but then completely crumbled in the last 20 games. But not taking anything away from Marshall, he did really well, but he was ill. And I think if he wasn't ill and maybe fully concentrated and not obviously being, like, you guys know what being ill is like, it's shit, so it would have put him off a little bit, and I think Marshall probably would have finished on a better weekend for me. So saying that, I don't know, a lot of things have clicked this weekend. The team's clicked. It could be down to the fact that, guys, a lot of people decided not to play the weekend league. Because if you look at the top 100 for the weekly finishes, which finished at 7 AM this morning, a lot of, I don't know, the ranks are really low. Like, if we go and have a look at the weekly, 36 wins gets you top 100, which is very, very funny, because 37 used to be the minimum for the rest of the month. So it's like the final week, people don't give a shit and couldn't be asked building the teams, which is fair enough. If you're one of them people, guys, who decided not to build a team this week, feel free to let me know why. I know it's a lot of money to invest, especially La Liga Bundesliga players, very, very expensive. But it helped me get one of my best finishes. I'm still looking like Bruce Granick finished on 36 wins. Red Zimmy, he finished on 90th with 36 wins. Zach Moore, 36 wins as well. So for me to be getting a better finish than these people who are professional FIFA players, you've got Rafsu, 64th place, 36 wins. Giggsy, 36 wins as well. AS Monaco Sneaky, 37 wins. Pretty low skill rating, which is why he's a little bit lower than me. Ono Ago, a guy who usually completely smashes the weekend league every weekend, a little bit low. Phil SKS, 37 wins, same as me. And I think he just missed out on the top 100 monthly as well, like me as well. FIFA Lies, The Brazilian subscribers, I don't know if there is any, but you guys may know who FIFA Lies is. Coded the finisher, 37 wins, and that's why I was very surprised that I finished on 31st in the world, which is nuts. You then jump to the 38, you got Brycey as well, you got MS Dossere, you've got Stop Hitmarker on 38, and then there's only a few who hit 39 this week, like 10, and they are the likes of #Tars, Dragon, Gorilla, and then you got 5 people who went 40-40 this weekend, including Vitality Rocky, Tim Latka, who we've done videos on in the past, and #Harry. Interestingly enough, guys, Vitality Rocky, a French pro FIFA player, he actually finished on 159 wins for the month. There's only 160 games, guys, and that loss that he took was a DC loss, which is very, very interesting. A solid player, and you guys might have seen him at regionals. So it's one of them things where, don't know, basically reevaluated what I do want from FUT Champions. Now, a lot of the times I think, bloody hell, the team's going to carry me. And to a certain point, the team does carry me. It's one of the best teams you'll ever come up against and ever play with. And it does get me 1 or 2 extra goals. But it's not like I sit there, guys, press kick off, and then let the team do the work, because that's just ludicrous. It'll never happen. You've got to have a little bit of skill to be able to do it, which is one of the reasons why I do pride myself in the fact that I am finishing really, really highly. A lot of people are saying I should test myself. Now, I am testing myself to one thing, which is the 40-40 that I do want to go. Once I hit 40-40, you may see a change up in the content where I'd start doing with cheat teams to see how I would do and everything else like that. But up until now, guys, literally my main aim, and I don't know if I've stated this earlier, my main aim is to go 40-40. I think I can do it. I just need that little bit of luck. Fingers crossed that little bit of luck can come, and it might have happened this weekend if I avoided them 3 players which I took losses to. And it's the same with a lot of people. Like, if you guys average about 29 to 30 wins, you've got unlucky because you've come up against 10 people who can potentially take them away from you, and they've done so. So that could have been your 40-40 weekend, but unfortunately come up against 10 better FIFA players, which is, don't know, one of the aims. There's a lot of stuff going on with FUT Champions which I like to look at, because I like seeing the pros, the way they do it. I don't know if you guys watch Boris's channel where he does a lot of tutorials, but he stated a quote which I absolutely love, and I saw it, and he's not wrong, because I know I've said it a lot of times in my videos in the past. The game doesn't control the outcome, you control the outcome, or something like that. It's something along them lines. It means the same thing anyway, and he's basically not wrong, guys, because you do control the outcome of the games. There's a few things in games which is bullshit and may cost you a loss, the likes of goalkeepers. You can't control goalkeepers apart from penalties, and even then, it's not fully controlling, is it? The next one is obviously the lucky bounces, which could go to your opposition's, into your opposition's path, and you can score the goal and win the game that way. But a majority of the time, guys, if you do spend a lot of time practicing the game, you guys know that I've played well over 1,400 games on this account, which is nuts. So I do put a lot of practice in the game to get to the calibre that I am at. I know a lot of people don't think I'm good, which is fair enough. Everyone has their own opinion, but you can't, like, in my opinion, you can't say that I'm not good, because 2 top 100 finishes in the world, guys, for the months is absolutely insane. A top 100 finish this week. I'm not the best, I'm not saying I'm anywhere near the best, but I am better than your average FIFA player, and so I should be with the content that I put out, and the amount of FIFA that I do play throughout the week, especially on the weekend, you know. So it's something I pride myself in. Next month, this is what I'm talking about now, guys. So next month I'm going to be doing the same that I've done this week, which is fully concentrate, not speak to Nep, not speak to Marshall when I'm actually playing the games, and just fully concentrate, stay silent, listen to high tempo music, fully charge my controller as well, and make sure that everything is going in my favour. This weekend as well, guys, no promos by EA Sports. That could have been a big issue, but something we're going to have to get used to, I think, especially as EA don't seem to be changing anything around it. And one other thing as well, which I don't know, I want you guys to get an idea of it, because I know a lot of people have trying to be pulling me up on cherry picking in the past couple of weeks, especially, which is the fact that I play home games only. Awesome. Now, before the new anonymity, I don't know, the new anonymous thing that EA did add in where you can't see the team name, I think a lot of people, when they come up against the team name FUT FC, back out. Which is one of the reasons why I've done alright this weekend, is because the people who backed out against me potentially may match up with me now. And I don't know, maybe I was the victim of getting cherry picked, and obviously playing the people who who didn't really know and get on with it, because there's a lot of people who rock around with Foot FC. I know a lot of people when they're coming up against Gorilla avoiding him. It's the same as the Foot Founder thing. When you saw Foot Founder, everyone was gone. They were like, wow, Foot Founder, he's played FIFA for like 10 years. I'm definitely going to not play him. And then again, guys, Foot Founders were never some of the best anyway, and you guys have seen me come up against Foot Founders in the weekend league before, and it seems alright. So, because of the finish and the way we finished in the monthlies, guys, which is obviously pretty rough for me, because I think we finished 111th in the world, which is still pretty good, but one win outside of the top 100 monthly, which is the difference between 44 red informs and a legend, and obviously the 12 informs we are going to get. I'm not even salty or going to complain about that, because it's all down to me. It's all down to the way I played over a 160 game period, and unfortunately 3 of the 4 weekends were definitely not good enough for me to be able to get them cards. So it would have been luck anyway if I did get them, so never going to get any complaints from me about that. Like hashtag Boras said, guys, it's all in your control. And unfortunately, I let it slip, got distracted, and did unfortunately cause a bad monthly finish. I wouldn't say it was a bad monthly finish, because we still finished elite, but just outside the top 100, which is a little bit painful, but it's something which I brought on myself. So this is a final game, guys, and I will put this into perspective. What happened? Come up against this team, looked absolutely awesome. Knew I was going to be in a tough game. Drop the call on Discord, straight into the game, silence, concentration, and then I realised that my opponent was pretty good. High pressure, good dribbling, very, very nice position dribbling as well, and going to be a very, very tough game. Now Royce bumbles through here. We attempted to clear the ball stupidly, passed it back into Hector. Hector gets the ball there through, and just look at that. It bounces everywhere to him. It's one of them things. I've had goals like that, and unfortunately my opponent did get one, putting me on the back foot. So, one win potentially could have cost me the top 100 for the week, but I don't think it will have. I think 136 would have been good enough anyway. As we know, if we'd have lost this game regardless, we would have been not in the top 100 anyway, but then we got a lucky goal, guys. Ronaldo getting on the score sheet. And the final goal of this weekend league comes from a nice corner set piece. You see Messi with the ball here, waits for the run of Modric. He's not tracked by any of his players, so we're able to run a little bit inside the box. Nice pass through to Vidal. Vidal through to Ronaldo, off the bar, bounces to Ramos. Ramos with the pass back to Suarez, and that's how we did it, guys. 37 wins this week. Let's do the outro. 37 wins. What the actual fuck? Now, we were losing 1-0 in this game. A tough game against Camacho 105. I don't know who he is. He's not in the top 100, but he definitely gave me a very, very tough game. When I went 1-0 down, guys, it was horrendous defending by me, really letting him in, passed it straight into the path. Good finish nonetheless, and then we needed that little bit of luck to get into the game, which we did. Ball randomly through for intercepted, tackle, finished by Ronaldo, and then the winning goal, guys, would have been very nice if it had gone in first time off the bar, but it bounced straight into the path of Ramos. He heads it to Suarez, and we do pick up a 2-1 win. Not to say it was plain sailing after that, guys, because he had a few more attacks. We had a few more attacks as well. This one, brilliant save. Should have been 3-1, game over. And even this one, not long afterwards, guys, ball through to Suarez. Is it the same one? No, really good bottom corner save there. But regardless of the fact, guys, we've finished with 37 wins, which is our best ever finish. You can see there, 4th in the world. I think we guaranteed top 100 weekly. I don't know if 37 is guaranteed, but we'll have to obviously wait and see what happens. And we're going to go and take a look as well how we do stand in a month. Now, we do finish really high up, which is pretty sweet, but it's whether 37 wins was enough to keep us in the top 100 monthly. 136, I think, is our new highest finish. We are currently, guys, as you can see there, 12th in the world, but there's still a fucking shit ton of hours left. I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with the way we've finished. It's been really, really good. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this run this time round. I've really enjoyed the team, and I think I'm going to be taking it into next week as well. But yeah, 37 wins, guys. 4th in the world currently. Going to drop down a shitload of places anyway, because a lot of people get 39, 40, 38. But for me, I'm absolutely ecstatic about getting 37 wins. But we are done, guys. Finished. Hopefully you've enjoyed the episode. Leave a like, rate and subscribe, and catch you for the rewards, which should be really good.